Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Adeptus Ridiculous. This time, the book club. My name is Bricky. My co-host is DK, and we're going to be talking about the numerous books that come out in 40K. But if you like this episode and want to support all of us on the podcast, check out patreon.com/Adeptus Ridiculous for amazing things like Discord access, bloopers, posters, and so on, including a new and revitalized comic that we are creating about life in the Schola Progenium. It's degenerate. It's stupid. I feel bad.
You love it. It's your favorite medium.
I don't like tech priest thigh highs, my friend. I do not like it.
It is now my headcanon that every tech priest wears thigh high striped stockings. It's part of the uniform.
Right.
It's part of the uniform.
That's all right. Most programmers wear thigh highs. So if you want to support us, check that out. Make sure to check out the merch in the description as well. Orchid8.com. Great merch. Good shit.
Show them the merch.
Show them the merch, baby. Show me the merch.
Show me the merch. Buy that for $1.
I buy that for $1.
50 of them even.
You know what else I'd buy for $1?
What's that?
Just a picture of Erebus's stupid fucking face getting it just caved in by a World Eater's gauntlet. Just a big fist right to that inscribed smug fucking face.
Yeah. What was it, yesterday before recording or 2 days or whenever the last recording was, the first thing I told you was fuck Erebus. All my homies hate Erebus, and oh man, he's a bitch. He is stone cold a bitch.
I must admit, I think I've actually gone full circle in horseshoe theory and started to like Erebus in the sense of like they were able to write a character so deplorable and loathsome and slimy and squealy that I love how much I hate him. I love like the fervent hatred that's just like pure and unbound for this man.
He's the dung eater.
The loathsome dung eater.
Loathsome dung eater.
He is so deplorable.
Fuck him.
And
oh my god.
I know. I told you. So our book. What is our book, DK?
Betrayer.
Written by
Aaron Dembski Bowden, right?
Yep. Of Night Lord's trilogy and First Heretic fame. First Heretic being the prequel, so to speak, of Betrayer. Somewhat continuing the story of Argel Tall and Lorgar, so to speak. Definitely kind of throws us in a little bit out of nowhere.
A little bit. Lorgar got some pumped up kicks since we saw him last in the First Heretic.
Lorgar be hitting that juice.
Yeah, a little bit of psychic warp juice, you know.
Little bit of demon powered juice.
Yep, he's been building. You know, he's built a couple of new toys. You know.
So good old Betrayer, voiced by Jonathan Keeble, who has done many 40K books.
Yep.
And it's funny because has he voiced any other 40K books that you have and I have listened to?
His voice definitely didn't sound that familiar, so I'm gonna say no.
I don't think so. Ironic because most of the things I've read in order to prepare for episodes, Praetorian of Dorn, the Alfarius book, the Vulcan one, I think were all Jonathan Keeble. Wow. Which is humorous because I have heard him a lot. And
I've heard him, this is my first experience with him.
And he's very good.
He is.
There's definitely a little bit of Angron should not talk like this.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I felt about the way Angron talks. Sometimes when he was like just really like racked with like anguish, it sounded all right. But when he was just talking, I don't know, he sounded kind of nerdy. And I'm just
he's very nasally.
I'm Angron. And it's like, I expected him to sound like more tough and more like sort of like savage and animalistic and not like that he forgot to take his inhaler or something.
Yeah, I expected a little bit of a deeper voice. Him having the high Angron voice definitely threw me off.
Yeah.
Pretty much everyone else was great. I liked Lorgar, perfect for Lorgar.
Oh yeah, Lorgar was spot on.
Karn threw me off in the beginning a little bit, but then I kind of remember this is before hard corn corruption Karn.
Yeah.
This is intelligent Karn.
Yeah, and most of the time when Karn was talking, he wasn't like totally gripped by the nails, so I could see him being a little more subdued, a little bit. I'm never sure how Magnus is supposed to sound. Cause like, Cause like, man, his mini is yoked. Like, he is a big, scary motherfucker. But it's like, I mean, pre-heresy,
he talks like this.
Yes.
Behind this little voice of Lorgar.
I'm your science professor. I know more than you do. And it's like, I guess that makes sense because he's all about like the warp psyker shit. He's supposed to be the dork of the Suns, right? So, I guess.
Are you seriously watching porn by yourself? No, I'm with 1,000 suns.
We're all watching it. Oh.
Jonathan Keeble, for his great VA work, I found that he falls into very similar voices quite often.
Oh yeah.
He has the Lorgar pious and important thing, and then he has the soft voice of any kind of female character he does.
Yep.
And then he has the I'm Karn, the first betrayer Karn voice that he does as well.
Yeah.
And then he has his nasally voice. He falls into these very similar
he definitely does.
vocal patterns. But Betrayer, yes, it is Argel Tall of Wordbearer's fame and Rom.
Yep.
The demon inside him, as well as Karn of the World Eaters, taking place over not a very large period of time.
Yeah, it's pretty much just Armatura, and then Armatura, and then you get a little bitty break, and then it's over to Angron's homeworld. Nuceria. Deshanea is the city, I guess.
Yeah, I think the capital.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it. That's the whole progression. Obviously, Armatura takes a little doing.
Takes a lot of doing.
Like that, it's called Armatura, and it's like the armory of the. It's like the armory world of the Ultramarines. Armatura, armory.
Yeah, you know, it's totally like Gilliman to have his realm of Ultramar and the Ultramarines be subtle with their naming.
Yeah.
Which I gotta be honest, you know, I actually felt a little bit more appreciation for the Ultramarines in this book.
Agreed.
Only because I see the heavy difference between those savage world eaters and then the true like phalanx of duty bound Ultramarines.
Yep.
And I like them. I liked Gilliman a lot at the end of this, actually.
Yeah, I've genuinely started to warm up to the Ultramarines. When I first got into 40K, it was just like, oh yeah, they're perfect. Everything is great about them. And then slowly it's like, oh hey, they're not perfect. They struggle. They have strife. They fight unwinnable battles. And it's like, oh okay, they're not perfect. They don't always win. They get decked. They get wrecked. They get shreked. Yeah, I'm warming up to them. I don't think they're ever gonna be my favorite, but I don't have like this fervent hatred every time I hear their name anymore.
Which is good.
I think.
And then of course, we have a couple other side characters. We have the woman herself,
the abs,
Latara Sarin of the Conqueror.
Yep.
You know, like with all memes are overblown slightly.
Yeah, Latara was overblown a little bit. I mean, she's still a badass.
She's pretty baller. And I totally get why the memes are the way they are. Absolutely. But I actually would have liked a lot more screen time with her. Every time she was around, she was actually pretty great. And I'm sad she didn't get like an extra 30 minutes of time.
Yeah. But I mean, we got the epic the meme of her shooting the Space Marine in the face.
Yeah,
it happens in this book. I didn't realize this is where it happened.
Delvaris
of the Triari.
Yes, the people who are supposed to protect him, protect all of them. Yeah,
The amount of times I mixed up Triari and Trisagion, I cannot even tell you.
That is totally acceptable and very fair. Though it did lead to that pretty one of my more enjoyable scenes of the book is when Delvaris has to fight like 25 people in the goddamn arena.
Oh yeah, and they just keep coming, and he keeps fighting them off.
Yeah, that was a pretty good little scene there because I think it added a lot to his like, yeah, I fucked up, whatever.
Yep, he was ready to die. But
yeah,
I also liked that it showed, like, even though they're like, we're world eaters and we're kind of, heretic castes, it's like, no, they're still a band of brothers, They could have killed Delvaris if they wanted to, but they, welcomed him back in.
Yeah, definitely interesting seeing the brotherhood we've seen so far between the word bearers, the world eaters, and the night lords.
Yeah.
The word bearers have quite their zeal and weirdness. I like the world eaters. They were very like, what's up, headbutts, and they felt like Krogan.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, definitely Krogan. Yeah,
definitely Krogan. And then you go to the night lords, and they all just hate each other.
Yep, they sure do.
It's like, okay, I kind of appreciate seeing the difference, and considering that it was written all by Aaron Dembski Bowden, it's very consistent.
I would almost expect the world eaters to be a little more savage since they're just in the throngs of like the nails.
I think this is because this is before their giant degradation to Khorne. This is the lead up acceptable.
To it.
Yeah, this is the acceptable version of the world eaters.
Oh boy, this is the acceptable version, eh?
Yeah. which you also got the Night of the Wolf we talked about with Russ.
Oh yeah, the whole book they were just like, yeah, who won? Oh, I've heard both sides say they won. Yes, it's a big mystery until is it Lorgar that shits on Angron? It's like, you dumbass, you didn't win that at all, you twit.
Yeah, that was Lorgar.
Yep.
I've come to a realization, DK.
Oh, what's that?
I don't like Lorgar.
Wow, shocking I thought you never really had any affinity for him though, did you? That's not like a big surprise.
I started to appreciate him more because I understood him. But I get Lorgar now. I get him. He is a short-tempered, self-absorbed prick. Yeah. He treats people with respect until he gets annoyed, and then he just shits all over them. He has this very like, you don't understand, Angron or whoever, like, oh no, you don't get it. And then eventually it's like, I wouldn't piss on your grave if you were on fire, you fucking asshole. I'm like, what the fuck, Lorgar? Where'd this come from?
Where did that come from, you jerk?
Yeah. And I realize it's just because this is the way he is. He is a temperamental, self-absorbed douchebag.
Yeah, he really is. That is the way he is for sure. I've never really liked Lorgar. I mean, I've liked the stories surrounding Lorgar and the stuff that he does, but yeah, he's always seen like this, well, I guess as the primarch of the word bearers, he should be a pious, holier-than-thou douchebag. That's kind of their thing, right? So yeah, I've always kind of seen him in that light of just being too preachy and he can't even really back up his talk most of the time.
No, he can't. That's the big thing. And actually watching Gilliman wail on him was very cathartic.
Yes, it was.
Watching him like fight Gilliman and Gilliman being like, what, you have nothing to fucking say to me right now? And Lorgar actually not having anything to say felt very good. Mm-hmm.
Although he got Gilliman good in the side of the head with his Crozius, didn't he?
He whacked Gilliman in the head with his fucking maul. Like, holy shit. I was Gilliman's like, alive.
I was like, hey, Lorgar, you got a chance against Gilliman, because Gilliman usually loses to everybody else, so hey.
Yeah, it's, well, yeah, I don't think Gilliman's won a single Primarch fight.
It's like the two bottom rungs of the ladder fighting it out to see who's truly the worst, and Gilliman had Lorgar on his heels until Angron showed up.
Yeah, good old thank you, Angron, for arriving and causing all these kinds of problems.
Oh man, Angron fucked Gilliman's shit up too. Oh my god, that wasn't even fair.
Yeah, Angron, I have a very big appreciation for Angron in this book.
Oh, absolutely.
You know the old phrase, you didn't save my life, you ruined my death. That is the perfect Angron phrase.
Yep. Once they start going into like his homeworld and you start hearing Angron like in like genuine anguish about how his perfect death was stolen from him, he couldn't be with his brothers. Look at everything the Emperor did for everybody else, but not Angron. It's like, wow, Angron. Yeah, Angron got dealt a really shitty hand, and it's like all the Emperor's fault, and it's not surprising why he would want to heresy him.
Yeah, I you know, if Angron didn't have the butcher nails, I'd probably give him more shit, but I can't imagine being in his position overall. Like every hand he got dealt was worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like I guess you could argue to some extent that him maybe beating his legion to death wasn't a very poggers thing to do, but he as cry about it, dancing lizard gif.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I don't know life with the butcher's nails in their head. Karn is like one of the most level-headed world leaders out there, and even he is just wading through word-bearer civilians like
Also, it's worse. The butcher's nails are worse for Angron, right? They said that in the book, like they affect him so much worse because since he's like a primarch, it's constantly trying to like fix the nails, and that makes it so much worse than if like they were just regular ones, because what is it, the regular soldiers at least get a moment of peace, and Angron is just always, the nails are always biting super hard or whatever.
I think so. I think Angron has it slightly worse due to him being a primarch and his genetics not taking as well.
Yeah.
Hence why he was going to die, and now he's now Demon Angron.
Yeah, he sure is.
You know, if anything, if there's any part of the book that I was a little bit iffy on, I'm not sure if I really needed the Titan crew storyline. I kind of liked them, but I didn't really need it. But I did like them though.
Yeah, it was weird because I feel like they were like with the Titan crew there, it's just bouncing around between too many characters, because you've got Lorgar, you've got Angron, you've got Karn, you've got Argel, Tal, and Rom, and then you're bouncing over to Sergala and her crew, and then Magnus used to be there, and then Gilliman's there, and then there's Erebus, and by the way, Erebus revived Cyrene just so she could explode in a ship, and it felt like there were too many perspective shifts. I agree. I don't really think we needed the Sergala crew.
Well, yeah, which is unfortunate because I did actually like them.
Yeah.
I like the Sergala crew. I thought they were interesting, but they were certainly not like. It reminded me in Voidstalker where they had that like gunnery lady that was with Malkarian on the surface, and I'm like, she seems fine, but I didn't really need it. You know, like I care more about Malkarian anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
I did thoroughly like. We have to talk about her a little bit. Latara's pretty great.
Oh yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Definitely.
Every scene she's in, she's wonderful. she is an absolutely bloodthirsty fucking person.
Oh yeah.
And she is always fun to watch. It's just enjoyable how often she'll like hard just swear up a storm, and people are like, "Oh my god, did she just fucking say that?"
She's going crazy. I loved when they were chasing down that Ultramarine ship, and she was like, "Oh boy, I'm gonna get to use the Ursus claws. This is gonna be so much fun." And then the Ultramarine ship turns, and it's like, "Oh, they're gonna fight I guess we can void battle. I can't use the claws anymore. This is stupid. I don't care."
Man, she has used the claws at the end though, and that was quite fun.
She was so depressed when that Ultramarine ship turned around to fight them, and she couldn't use the claws, and it's like, oh, poor Latara.
I know she was in the command center fighting off Ultramarines with everyone there, and she was constantly poking her head out of cover, firing her last pistol. One of her guards tried to pull her down, and she elbowed him in the face and kept firing at fucking Ultramarines. Like a last pistol? What are you gonna do with a last pistol?
I know, Reggie's not even doing anything. She just wants to be part of this.
She's just like, these dog fucking whore sons are on my ship. Kill them. Then she has to wake up like 9 dreadnoughts and have them stumble around.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she had to wake up the non-butcher nail dreadnoughts because the Triari had, we thought the battle was over. You said you had it won, so we wanted glory on Armatura. And then, yeah, she had to wake up a bunch of crazy-ass dreadnoughts.
What was the name of the main dreadnought again? It escapes me right now.
Loke?
Lork?
Lork!
So something close to that.
Lork, I think it was Lork, yeah.
I liked him a lot. Didn't he snip off Lorgar's hand at the end?
Did he? I
thought he did. I thought he cut off Lorgar's hand at the end during the ritual to send Angron.
I don't know how I can't remember such an important sounding detail. I'm gonna go with your memory and say sure. Cause fuck Lorgar anyway.
Does Lorgar have a missing hand? Oh,
does he? Is he a Dorn fan? Is he an Imperial Fist fan?
I thought I saw something about Lorgar's hand being cut off, but maybe I'm wrong.
I remember somebody's hand getting snipped off, right?
Maybe. I don't remember.
Or maybe I'm getting it confused because we just did the Imperial Fist episode. Or the Black Templar episode. Might be getting those two things confused.
Oh, with Helbrecht?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong.
And talking about the Magic Pain Glove, and yeah, we might be getting them mixed up a little bit.
I don't quite remember, but maybe not. But point being, I remember it was interesting having him attack Lorgar, because he was like, this is not who we are. What are you doing to my Primarch? And that was kind of thing. Yeah, and Lorgar, I'm saving him. I'm like, fuck you.
I mean, technically,
let the man die, for the love of God.
Technically, he is. And Lorgar's so much stronger now too. I mean, he was ripping Thunderhawks out of the sky. He one-shot a Titan at some point, and he's a beefy lad. He's all about that song.
Let the man die.
Let the man die.
Just let the man die, for the love of God.
Let him die in his homeworld where he wanted to die all those years ago with his friends. Let the cycle finish, damn it.
Seriously, fucking Angron was crying.
Yeah, he was.
I feel so bad for Angron now.
Man, Angron was dealt a very shitty hand.
He really was. I have a great deal of sympathy for Angron now. Hard is the path of chaos I have begun to walk.
Yeah. I think he had it the worst of all the Primarchs, didn't he? Like, not that Mortarion didn't have it bad, and not that Conrad Kurz didn't have it bad, but boy, Angron had it rough.
I was about to say, I think the only person I can think of that would have it at all equally would be Kurz.
Yeah, well, but Kurz wasn't enslaved.
No, but he was hunted.
True.
He was like,
but he could rise to power though, and True.
Kurz popped out of his pod, and then people were like, "Ooh, food."
Angron had no chance whatsoever.
True. I guess maybe it was the years after the Emperor arrived. I think Kurz maybe had it a little bit worse because he just had such a horrible legion that he hated it.
Oh, yeah.
No, but Angron had the nails in his head, though.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it is Angron. The nails are just it's just the
nails. Those are
nails.
so savage. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Those butcher nails are rough.
They are really, really bad.
Yep.
But we had we had some fun Argel Tall and Karn bromance. They were a fun duo.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them.
They make a good sitcom duo.
Fucking Argel Tall wielding a custodian spear and sword at once. Like, what is this? What is this create your own character custom ass shit I'm getting here?
That's some D&D shit right there, yeah.
It really is. And he fucked. He was flying around with his wings, and every time Erebus arrived, Ron was just like, ew, kill him, I hate him,
Kill the deceiver.
Should we talk about Erebus?
I guess. Didn't Argel Tall manage to break one of the custodian weapons?
Yeah, the sword broke during
which
the fight
was
at the end.
I was like, how the fuck did you break a custodian sword?
I'm assuming he fought it and killed enough people to the point where it just like
shattered.
It just shattered, yeah.
Oh, okay.
At least that's the assumption I'm making.
Cause I was like, man, I could have sworn custodian shit was made of sterner stuff.
I mean, it's made of very stern stuff, but I'm assuming that's just the sheer volume of battle. But yeah, Argel Tal was fated to die under the shadow of great wings, and Erebus with all of his stuff, and Erebus shanked our boy in the spine.
Yeah, he did. Erebus ends up after all of the work that Argel Tal does to try and save Karn, all he gets in return is stabbed in the back by Erebus.
And he dies under the shadow of the Imperial Aquila.
All because Karn gave him a misleading vision of the future.
Yeah, it's...
So Karn was completely weak from trying to protect... Argel Tal was completely weak after trying to protect Karn, and Erebus just...
That's the funniest part, too. This is the most on-brand thing for Erebus. Killing someone to secure his place in the future from a prophecy he had.
Yeah.
It is the most on-brand Erebus thing. I told you before this, I was like, I know what happens to Argel Tal.
Yeah.
And oh my god.
Yep. And Cyrene got revived for a cup of coffee.
Okay, so let's talk about things I don't like. The fucking Cabal and John Grammaticus and that crap, I hate that stuff. The Perpetual Group.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to ask about them, because that dude had a weird voice. It was like, hi, I'm John, and I talk like I'm from an old Western. And it's like, who are you? You're a Perpetual? And then he got lit up with the phosphorus fire, and he just laughs it off and shows up 2 seconds later.
Yeah, it wasn't John. John Grammaticus is a different guy, but that was
okay.
Was his name like Damon or Devin or something?
Oh,
like that?
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Daniel.
My name is Daniel.
It's a weird conglomerate called the Cabal, made up of Perpetuals that work with Xenos and do other shit to do random bullshit that's supposed to span the length of the Horus Heresy stuff, but eventually just seemed like it was abandoned by GW, and so it's just a bunch of crap. Yeah. But basically, Cyrene is a Perpetual now, and she's out there being a Perpetual, and she's still alive in the modern day.
Oh, that's right. They did say that she was a Perpetual, didn't they? I completely forgot that, because I didn't like that shit either.
Which completely removes any and all intrigue and intention for such an important character. Cyrene's death was a very genuinely important thing, and massively influenced Argel Tal. And I guess Argel Tal's dead now, but come on, man, you're gonna revive her and then just make her undying? Like, come on, it's such a cop out.
That is a big time cop out. Like that's like one of those. The only thing I can really compare it to is Dragon Ball, where like you kill off Goku because you want it to be this like, oh my god moment, and oh my god, everybody's so affected, but then you're like, oh, actually, he's the main character. We need to retcon a way to bring him back. Dragon Balls, revive him, and it's like, oh, so what was the point of him dying in the first place? This is stupid.
Yeah, I hate that kind of stuff. I hate that all the time. I love the Night Lords books because they
they stay dead.
They stay dead. And it is for the most part quite final.
Yeah, once they finally end up killing you after months and months of torture and skinning you and taking great pride in keeping you alive for as long as possible to suffer as much as possible, then you're like, oh, thank God, death.
Yeah, it's like, you play yourself a good bit of Super Smash Brothers. You play a nice, honest character like Ike, and you go nair. Nah, he's not that honest. He's kind of is in between nair, and then you're like, honest, no shenanigans. And there's Erebus, like, I'm gonna revive the dead. I was surprised that Erebus didn't like revive Cyrene and then like make it a shade of himself and like have Cyrene try to kill Argel Tal, because it's Erebus is doing it all along.
Yeah. That would have been a little more impactful if it was actually Cyrene that slipped the dagger into Argel Tal because of like Erebus's influence. That would have been a hell of a moment. And
then again, that would be all. I think we would expect that.
Yeah, probably.
Because Erebus.
Yeah. I wasn't actually expecting Erebus to kill Argel Tal when it happened. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I swore out loud when it happened.
Yeah, it happens like in the last 45 minutes of the book too.
Yeah.
It is so, but
I was furious.
You do get a very, very satisfying scene at the end of the book.
Oh, hell yeah. Where, what is it, Lorgar tells Karn what Erebus had done. He's like, oh, hey, you want to know who killed Argel Tal?
Yep, the famous get up scene.
They meet in the pits.
Yep, go to the death. And then Karn is just fights as he does like normally, but not in the pits.
Sanguinus extremus.
Just fucking bodies him.
Oh yeah.
Cuts his arm off.
He's got Gorechild too. He's got Angron's old axe.
Cuts his fucking arm off.
He sure. Oh, that's right. Because he's like, oh, my arm. Where the fuck is my arm? I was like, oh shit, it's over there. And it's like, oh, nice. A part of me was like, oh fuck, is this how Erebus dies? Did I just forget how Erebus dies? Because he had Gorechild on his spine, and he was about to like, fire the trigger. I was like, oh yes, rip his fucking spine out. And he blips away.
It wasn't about to rip his spine out. He was about to carve into it.
Yeah.
He just put it down there, and it was just revving.
Oh man, I wanted it to be so gory and disgusting and blood everywhere, and no, he just blips out. I was like,
he just teleports out. Typical Erebus.
I was so hoping that I was just like, oh shit, I just didn't remember how he died. This cat's about to get fucked. Alas, he's still alive.
We honestly, I would love it if Erebus got killed by Guilliman in the modern day. I think Guilliman would take a sick satisfaction to it, and he kind of deserves it.
Yeah.
And then just I don't know, it's that concept of just Guilliman finally getting like, I can't kill Lorgar, but I'll
settle for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you think Erebus would hate being killed by the most? Do you think it would be Guilliman? Because that's the closest thing to the Emperor you can really get.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Argel Tal probably, but Argel Tal's not coming back. So.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I don't know. Karn probably could be up there.
Oh yeah.
I really don't know. Erebus is just a maniacal, self-serving prick.
He just
I don't know where. Yeah.
Somebody just needs to kill that son of a bitch.
He needs to die.
Yes.
But I don't know. It's like Half-Life 3. No matter how good it is, it'll never live up to the hope and expectations of an Erebus death.
Yeah. Put him in a demon kielbasa.
Okay, maybe. All right.
But that's how much of a prick he was.
Put him in one of Percherabo's arm cannons. Just shoot him into space.
That works. I'll go with you on that. Yeah.
I would actually. I'd like if someone else, like the Necrons, got to him.
Oh.
Just the Necrons put like some scarabs in his brain and have him like walk up to Lorgar and being like, I renounce the faith, and inside his mind, Erebus is like, no!
Or if Trazyn got him and put him in the gallery, big sign next to him just says he's a bitch.
Ooh, it'd be fun. Trazyn puts him in the gallery and he's stuck there, and Trazyn's just like, hey, did you prophesize this coming true? Well, it didn't. Ha! And then he leaves.
Ooh, that would be a great fate for the hand of destiny.
Destiny's hand.
I'm Destiny's hand, Argel Tal.
I can't believe Erebus can even speak with this dick that far down his own mouth. God, he's such
his ship
a prick.
Is called the Hand of Death. Oh my God, he's such a punchable character.
He's got such a punchable fucking face.
Oh yeah, with all the inscribings and shit.
Oh goddamn! I don't think there's a single book that makes you hate Erebus this quickly, but it's quick.
Are there any does 40K have fans of Erebus that are just like, oh, he's such a good character. Boy, oh boy, do I sim for... There's nobody that likes this piece of shit, right?
If people like Erebus, they like him because he's so terrible.
Because he's a good villain.
because they like Erebus because he's just the worst, and it's funny for him to be just the worst, you know?
Gotcha. But not because, like, wow, he sure does make a lot of good decisions. Like, nobody admires Erebus, right?
No. He remember how he became Erebus? It's not even his actual name. He you should be more like that other kid, Erebus. And he's like, okay, and he strangled the kid to death and took his face.
Oh, that's right. Even the way he got his name is terrible.
He even has that stupid, smug fucking portrait of him that you see everywhere. Goddamn, yep. Erebus.
So punchable. Just, God, you piece of shit.
What'd you think about that scene when they go to the Capitol's main throne room with that kid? I thought it was a really good scene.
Oh, wait, which scene is that?
It's where when Angron goes to like the leader, and it's just this kid.
Oh yeah, and it's like it's the same ruling family.
Yeah, and he's just like, what the hell? This child that's crying and shitting himself in front of me?
That's the ruler? This is the ruler? Kill them all!
I liked that scene a lot. I liked Angron realizing that they told history differently, and him being like, "That's it, that's it."
Oh yeah, when he finds out that the history books had him pegged as someone that fled like a coward and let his companions die. Oh boy.
Everybody hates Erebus.
It's just a depression fest for Angron.
Life is not good for Big A.
It's like, hey, it's like Angron's like, hey, I have an order for you, Karn, and he's like, oh, what's that? Kill everyone in the city. It's like, oh, okay, that seems like, and then kill everyone on the world. And, oh, you got it, dude. All right, sure.
Karn's like,
okay.
Yeah, all right.
That seems like the appropriate reaction from Angron after all this shit is going down. Sure. And he's like, I'll handle the child. Ooh.
It's sad to see how far a lot of the world leaders have degraded in modern day 40K.
Oh yeah.
They're like Karn is like a frothing lunatic now, like just drool out of his mouth and shit.
Oh, like
now.
never any moment of clarity. He's just a demon that kills anything that moves.
I don't think he has much nowadays. No, I think the nails and the corn have taken over.
Yeah.
I think he's just a frothing lunatic. And Angron is not much better. Granted, now we can put a face to the Angron model.
That's true. And we get a little moment with Angron chained up in the hold of the Conqueror.
Yeah, Conqueror.
Yep.
Yeah, Latara wanted to space him.
Yeah, Latara was like, we really need to space that thing. That thing is out of control. Fuck that, dude.
Latara's trying so hard to keep the Conqueror working well, and apparently, like, Karn's like, the walls are screaming, and our water supplies are turning to blood. And every time Angron yells, the ship shakes. Latara's probably like, God damn it, I can't take a fucking shower with this guy on. It turns my clothes red.
Yeah, he's changed a little bit, just a little bit.
Even his biceps have biceps.
Yep.
Even his wings have biceps.
And his final command to Karn is to kill 300 people, collect their skulls, and make me a throne.
Skulls for the skull throne.
Skulls for the skull throne.
Oh, Karn.
Oh, Karn. Oh, Angron. Oh, World Eaters. Oh, 40K.
Oh, all these things. Oh, Space Wolves. Oh, Gilliman. Oh, Lorgar. Lorgar. You son of a bitch. I am, now that we have officially read the two major Lorgar books, Horus Heresy books, I think, I am confirming my statement that this is all Lorgar's fault.
Yeah. Lorgar, it's a lot of this is indeed Lorgar's fault.
He is the first heretic.
He is. Although the Emperor and Gilliman and Burning Monarchia, I mean, they kind of were the catalyst in making Lorgar become the first heretic.
True, but also Erebus stabbed Horus with that knife.
Oh yeah, yep. Erebus
or engineered
also
that.
very much to blame. Sure.
Well, probably due to the orders of Lorgar.
Oh yeah.
Lorgar.
Lorgar.
The only good thing I don't like the word bearers. I like Argel Tall.
Agreed. How powerful are the what were the big ships that he summoned? The Blessed Lady and the Trisagian?
Gloriana class battleships.
Yeah, because, like, I remember a part in the book when he first summoned them, and Magnus was like, "What? You have 3?" They were like, "Yeah, these ships are, like, on par with the Phalanx." And then when we just talked about the Phalanx in the other episode, it was like, no, those could fit inside the Phalanx. So how beefy are these things? Because they're the things that turn the tide at Armatura, right? Were these big old Gloriana class battleships.
So they are not the Phalanx.
Yeah.
But they are the second best to the Phalanx, I'd say.
Oh, okay.
Like the Phalanx is special, but like this is the big ship.
Right, yeah. And he has 3 of them, which is nuts.
Yeah, they're pretty nasty. The Conqueror is also one of them, of course, except fitted with harpoons, because lol Lamau.
Lol Lamau. The Ursus Claws!
But the like the Fidelitas Lex, which fucking word bearer names.
Rest in peace, Fidelitas Lex. You went out like a champ.
Yeah, decided to go out killing 11 ships and then create a tidal wave with its impact on the planet. Meanwhile, Atara's just out there hooking battle barges to keep them off the surface and shit.
Oh, that's right. She hooked up 2 of those battle barges and just like screamed the engines backwards to keep them from sending troops down. That's right.
Yeah, she knows what the fuck's up.
What a badass. And then they had to stop an Imperator Titan?
I think it was an Emperor class Titan.
Yeah, it had the cathedral on its back and everything, and they had to Ursus Claw the guns down so it couldn't kill anybody.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, this is I think this is an old artwork piece of it, but this is kind of what they look like.
Wow, that's a big boy. And that is indeed the cathedral it had on its back. Yep.
Oh, here we go. Here's Warhammer Community, Imperator Titan. Bang. The one on its bottom left that has the angry face is the Warhound that they were running with.
Whoa.
So that was the Sergala is the one to its bottom left foot.
Wow.
Yeah, they're very large.
Okay, that seeing them scaled next to each other like that, I can appreciate the
one more picture.
Oh wow.
You can see Sergala on the bottom left there as well.
And imagine that little thing firing off Ursus Claws, hoping to do anything to that Cathedral Titan.
Well, I think that's why they had, like, what was it, 6 packs?
Yeah, they had, like, 6 packs of Warhound Titans, to be fair. That's true.
Which I think is, like, 2 each, maybe. So it's, like, or maybe 3, so it's, like, 12 to 18.
Damn.
It's a lot. They're big dudes. I am shocked that Lorgar took a plasma decimator to the face, though.
Well, didn't he take 2 shots?
You're right, he took 2 shots.
Yeah, and then didn't they fire, like, all of their main cannons at him and it only got him on his back or something?
I don't remember. I mean, they nearly killed him.
Yeah.
But they fired him with I'm assuming the Warhound, like, plasma blast gun or whatever they would call that.
Yeah.
Just an enormous gun.
Yep.
I'm shocked that he survived.
Yeah, and then they're like, well, we gotta finish the job. Step on him!
And then Angron's, like, pushing it off.
Oh, yeah, he just That's crazy. Angron is that strong that he can stop a Titan from full force stomping like that? He's that strong? I mean, I know he's a primarch, but, like, there's gotta be some limits, right?
I mean, he was able to hold on to it forever. I think he was holding it for a bit for him to crawl away, and then I think the other Titan came and stopped the first.
Oh, yeah. Sergala came in and tipped it over with the Ursus Claw.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, Primarch strength varies a lot, and it's sometimes kind of confusing. Like, they had the part in the beginning with Magnus where they're like, oh, what if Angron? They go to a pict of Angron. He's just like screaming, and he grabs a chimera and flips it over and starts screaming again. And I'm like, he's doing fine.
He's doing great. He's doing what he loves to do.
The man flipped the tank over, so I don't know.
Yeah, and when he was stopping the Titan, he was already pretty weak because he was a building fell on him because it exploded when he was in it because they wouldn't listen to. Didn't Latara warn them that like there was a trap set up ahead with explosives in the buildings and they were something, and then they had to use like librarians to like figure out where he was and how to like direct him to dig his way out from under a bunch of rubble or some shit?
You know, I don't know.
But yeah, he wasn't even at full strength. He was already fucked up and he's like, oh yeah, let me just stop this Titan for a little bit, crawl out, hooray. And it's like, what the
hooray.
fuck? Oh my god. These primarchs are indeed built different.
They are built extremely different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they mess with primarch power every so often, but that was kind of silly, if still kind of interesting.
Yeah, you can't go killing off primarchs like that. You know they're emperor born, so you know they get exceptions.
Well, yeah, and they're very, very important.
Yeah,
they don't like to kill primarchs too often, despite the fact that they probably should, maybe just a bit more.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Some of those traders are kind of dicks.
Kill Lorgar.
Yeah, kill Lorgar. Let Corvus Corax get him.
Nah, let Gilliman get him.
Did find it interesting that Lorgar never healed the scars that he got from Corvus Corax on the was it Isvan that they fought?
Yeah, Isvan 5.
Yeah, he never got those healed.
A little bit of sentimentality of some kind, I'd say.
Yeah, like I'll get you next time, Corax. I'll not forget what you did. Yeah.
My legion will not forgive or forget, for we are the bearers of the word. And I fucking hate you, Lorgar.
I couldn't tell. It sounded like you genuinely admired him there for a second. So
I genuinely shut up. Cry about it.
Dancing lizard. You need to
dancing lizard.
You cry about it. You crying all about Lorgar. Get wrecked, kid.
Yeah, you know, it's nice to have. Yeah, that's the nice thing about Erebus. It's just we can all band together and just truly enjoy how much we hate him.
Oh yeah, fuck that guy. I cannot believe the great Argel Tal and Rom done in by Erebus and his stupid little bone sword.
All right, you know, I was trying to think about what other book we would want to do after this one.
Oh yeah, do you have?
Well, I was thinking we've done a lot of Marines lately, so I think it might be time for a different book.
Oh, we doing Xenos?
So here's the thing. I don't actually have a pick yet, because there was like Hell's Reach was a big option, but I think I would like to ask. There is a Gene Stealer cult book.
Ooh.
I think it's called Day of Ascension. I might be wrong, but I'm asking chat and Shy for when she edits this, what the name of that really good, well-received Gene Stealer book is, because I would like to read it. And I think it's time for some more Xenos.
Oh hell yeah! Okay, I can deal with that. Sure. Gene Stealer. Is it like a book that literally follows someone that's been possessed by like the Gene Stealers or something? Like,
I think it follows some kind of Gene Stealer cult uprising. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
I think because my other option was Eisenhorn, the Inquisitor detective story, but I'd like to do a Xenos first.
Oh man, I would love to have a Gene Stealer cult perspective book. That sounds dope. Good idea. I'm all in.
Shy and or chat, please do share the name of the big one that everyone loves. We'll start working on that. And yeah, any other things you want to say about the book?
Man.
Overall thoughts?
Really good. Maybe jump perspective a little too many times. But overall, that's a solid like 9 out of 10.
Oh, you go as far as 9?
Maybe 8.5. Now that you said that,
I'd go with about 7.5 to 8. A real 7.5 though.
Oh,
not IGN 7.5.
Easily.
Like significantly above average to great.
Yeah, I would never rank this below 7.5. No way.
Yeah. Yeah, like I have the kind of like 7 is good, 8's great, 9 is amazing, and 10 is perfect. Yeah. Like it is solid, good to great. I think my only issues were perspective and maybe not a whole lot of cohesive glue. I mean, I know it's a Horus Heresy book, which therefore means that we're kind of hopping in halfway.
Yeah.
But maybe a little less halfway feeling would have been nice.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's true since it's part of the Horus Heresy. This book is the glue for like 18 other books. We are reading the cohesive glue for some other grand thing too. So yeah, that's fair.
True.
That's
true.
fair.
It's a very light nitpick. I give it an 8 then. I give it an 8.
All right. So we're like 8.5. That's solid.
Yeah, very, very good.
Very enjoyable book, yeah.
I like it more than the first Heretic, though I did like the first Heretic's themes a bit more.
Agreed.
The concepts they were tackling.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that.
The battles were a lot of fun to read, actually.
In Betrayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the battles in Betrayer.
Battles, yeah.
The battles in Betrayer were better than the first Heretic. The first Heretic was actually pretty sparse on those.
Yeah. Also, please read the first Heretic before you read this book.
Yes,
at the very least.
All right, we'll get the new book going. We'll see you all next time for the next one. And wow, is this gonna be a normal outro?
Yeah, cry about it.
Wow, cry about it. Dance with Lizard GIF.